Hello, storytellers. Welcome to Storytelling Tarot. My name is Jeida Story, and I am so excited to be with you today. We are back with another pick a card, and today we are going to look at something really fun. So, recently I was finishing up the last of my private readings, and in that reading, I told my client, oftentimes we're looking for the next aligned step and we don't pay attention or we forget the last aligned step that we took and how that is how we've made it to where we are today. And so I wanted to do a reading that really just explores that question. How did we get here? How did you get to where you are today? And what is going to help you move into the next space? But I think it's important to look at where we've come from and how we were able to maintain, right? And then how this is going to push us further as we look ahead. So I'm really excited to get into this reading. I want to shout out my channel members. Thank you so much for being a channel member. It is because of you that this channel is running and is sustained, and you are sustaining me as the creator and diviner. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for your support. It means so much to me. So today, instead of picking a deck or picking cards, we're actually going to pick from Zora Neale Hurston's books. It was just on me to do this. We have 3 books to choose from. You can choose chapter 1, which is Moses, Man of the Mountain. Chapter 2 is Mules and Men, a personal favorite of mine. And chapter 3 is Hitting a Straight Lick with a Crooked Stick. So go ahead and choose your favorite Zora Neale Hurston title, whichever cover is calling to you, or maybe it's the title that's tantalizing. Go ahead and choose. And when you're ready, we'll go ahead and get started. Let's see, how did you get here? And once we figure that out, now what? Let's go. Hey, my chapter ones, welcome to your reading. So you chose Moses, Man of the Mountain by Zora Neale Hurston. Love this cover. I love all the series of these books and the covers that they chose. So let's see. I might, depending on how many cards I pull, I might put it to the side, but for now, or take it off screen, but for now we'll leave it. Let's just see here. I want to start with where you are now. Like, where are you? And then we'll look at what aligned step got you here. So let's see. Thank you for all of those who are in chapter 1. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, ancestors. Can you show me where are my chapter 1s right now? 4 swords, you're in a period of rest. You're in a period of chilling out, relaxing, not doing too much, not too much right now. And so you might feel like things are really slow. You might be okay with this, and some of you might be uncomfortable. You know how sometimes things are like eerily quiet or eerily at peace? This is kind of the season that you're in. So some of y'all don't trust it, and some of y'all are like, yes, finally, I can lay down, I can retreat, I can rest. And so I'm very excited about this. Some of y'all are really rested. Maybe some of y'all have been sleeping really well. Maybe some of you have been like having really restful sleep, restful dreams. And maybe a lot of you have just not been stressing so much, not been putting so much energy into what you used to, right? It feels like there's more space for you because you're not allowing other things to kind of crowd your mental space. So let's see, what was the aligned step that got you here? What was the last thing you did that got you into this state? I actually really love this for y'all. What was the last thing for my chapter ones? 4 of Pentacles. Oh, you took your energy back. You started being selfish. You were like, oh, it's me season. Oh, it's all about me. It's all about getting clear on how to have the type of restraints around where I invest my time, where I invest my energy, where I invest my money, where I invest my ideas, right? Like you just seem like you just withheld, right? And maybe for some of you that was very uncomfortable, but look at where you ended up because you did that. Right. And so maybe for those of you who might be feeling like, oh, it's eerily quiet, like what's going on? You actually did the work of withdrawing. What did Mother Maxine say? Reclaiming my time? Yeah, like that's what y'all did. That was the thing that y'all did that got you here. So this is really cool. This is cute. Okay, so with that in mind, let's see what then. Where is this going to lead you? Now that you're in this 4, I like these 2 4s too, because like the 2 4s say to me that you're in a place of stability. Like things feel good, things feel more solid than they felt in a long time for you. Oh, I love that for you actually. Right? Hmm. Maybe you're feeling more comfortable in your body because you're giving yourself more space. Hmm. So let's see then. What's the four swords gonna lead you to, my chapter ones? It's going to lead you to the Seven of Pentacles and the Son of Swords. Okay, so this feels like a review season. So, like, maybe you are taking this time so that you can rest, so that you can recuperate, because pretty soon it's going to be time for you to get back to the work. But it feels like before you do that, you're just kind of like taking stock of what's here, right? It's almost like like before you start a bigger task, maybe it's like I need to clean up the space, so to speak. Um it's like for people who are like preparing for a move, before they start packing everything, they might start looking at what needs to be thrown out, what needs to be recycled, what needs to be rehomed, what needs to be sold. That's kind of like the season that I feel like you're entering into, which is why right now you're just kind of resting. Maybe you're recuperating, maybe you are re-envisioning all of what you are, what you're creating, what it is that you're ideating, right? And considering for this next season. Because yeah, this Seven of Pentacles, it feels like that review. It does feel like progress is upon you. And we see that, right? In the Son of Swords. That's the Knight of Swords that's coming in charging, like, yeah, let's go. I've heard other readers say that when the Four of Swords is present, that it means that, yeah, get your rest in now, baby, because you about to be hella inspired very soon. You about to be hella busy very soon. And I love that, because you've already done the groundwork that has helped you to be prepared, right? So that you're not overworked, so that you can be more um, measured, right? And knowing how much of yourself to give and how much of yourself to keep for yourself. So I love that. What then? I want to know what the Seven of Pentacles and the Son of Swords is going to um I want to know what it's going to usher you into. Like this is kind of like where you're headed, but I want to know what's like the end result. Like what's the result of this energy? The Six of Pentacles, okay, is very much so like balanced energy. Let me get one more. And the Ten of Swords. Oh, you're about to finish something up. Hmm. It really feels like the end of performance. It feels like the end of whatever programming was had that initially had you in the space where you were so fed up. You're like, yeah, no. Where you demanded the stability, that you did what you needed to do um in order for you to feel more in control of yourself and your life. And so, as you are receiving that rest and kind of like reconsideration, it feels like you are preparing for that forward action that's going to actually get you to end the programming so that you don't return to that old way of being. That instead you're focusing on reciprocity with that Six of Pentacles. You're focusing on being in relationships, circumstances, experiences that are reciprocal, that are nourishing, that are supportive. And not just in the, oh, I support you with my words, but the Six of Pentacles is tangible support. Someone actually showing up, being there, someone actually paying you for what you do, and not exploiting you for it, right? Not abusing you or taking you for granted. I really love that for you. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that you honor the aligned steps that you've already taken and continue to allow it to play out. It looks like you are ready to enter into a new era. So continue your rest, continue your reflection, because soon it'll be go time. All right, my chapter ones. We'll see you in the next reading. Hello, my chapter twos. Welcome to your reading. Today we're looking at how you got here, what the aligned step was, and where it's taking you. You've chosen Mules and Men by Zora Neale Hurston, one of my personal faves. I'm going to put it over here to the side, and we're going to shuffle up your cards to see. We're going to start with where you are right now, where you are. And then we'll look at the aligned step that got you there. All right. Thank you, ancestor spirits and guides, all those who walk with those who have chosen chapter 2. Can you tell me, where are my chapter 2s? Goddess of Cups. Ooh. Okay. Goddess of Cups is telling me that you're in a place of like finally trusting yourself and your intuition. And even as I said that, I felt like some people being like, "Oh, really? Yeah. Yes. Yes." Because trusting yourself is really about being in good relationship with yourself, chapter 2. And that's what I feel like you're cultivating now. This relationship with self, relationship with your feelings, where now your feelings are more expressed, right? Because I think that your body knows that you're safe to be with. Yes, you are safe to be with you. Yes, you no longer blow past the signs when your intuition is very loud. Oh, yes, you hear the spirits, you hear your ancestors loud and clear. Hmm. And that outpouring of spirit is like affecting all areas of your life, your love life, your friendship life, your work. There's a certain aspect that you have on life because now things feel clearer because you are in better relationship with yourself. You feel like a clear channel to yourself. Hmm. And so it makes you more loving. It makes you more patient. It makes you have more gratitude. Hmm. So let's see, what did you do? What was the last aligned step? What was the thing that you did that got you there? What got you there? 10 of Swords. Okay. Enough was enough. Enough was enough for you. You were like, yeah, no more people pleasing. Because I'm tired of sacrificing what I want for everyone else. No more playing small. No more feeling icky. No more avoiding people because I'm scared of what they might say to me. No more hiding myself because I'm wondering if I'm worthy. No more playing in my own face. So there was something that you walked away from. There was a behavior that you said it cannot stand anymore. There was a page that you turned, right? There was something that you put to death in you that led you here. Isn't it nice to look backward to see how you got to where you are? So let's see now, since we know that's where you are now, this is how you've gotten here. What next? Then what's next for my chapter 2s? 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. Okay, there's a lot. Oh, oof. All these tens. Do you see these new beginnings for you, chapter 2? You have all these ones and tens, right? These are tens, but they carry the energy of one, which means they carry the energy of newness and beginnings. It's not just the ending here. Oh, I love this for you. Because this, you being in this place of self-assuredness, of emotional maturity, of spiritual connection, opens you up to abundance, opens you up to blessing, opens you up to support, right? If you are or used to struggle with people pleasing, then you may have learned that you had to work for love, that you had to perform for approval. But now, if you haven't learned it yet, you will very soon begin to see that, oh no, you honoring yourself and your capacity, that's what brings the support. That's what brings the honor. That's what brings the ease. And so even with this 10 of Wands, yes, that is the card of working really hard, right? And I do see your effort. But do you see, I love this 10 of Wands because this 10 of Wands, this person, they're not burdened by the work. They found a way to make it fit them. Because yes, chapter 2, you've learned you don't have to be uncomfortable all the time. You don't have to take it all the time. You don't have to be in this state of shouldering the pain, especially in silence all the time. You can actually get things accomplished that you want to get accomplished in the way you want to accomplish them. And you can be rewarded and celebrated for that with love, with money, being paid for your work, being valued for your work, being supported for your work, and celebrated. My. That's powerful. Well, then what's the end result? Because that's like what's up next, but how's that going to work out for my chapter 2s? My. Judgment, walking right into your calling. This is just the beginning for you, chapter 2. Judgment says you are now positioning yourself to be in a place where you can receive and respond to the higher call of your soul, of your destiny. What is it that you are being called to? What is it that you were supposed to learn all along so that you could get to this space? And the cool thing about it is that you're already on this journey. That's why we're not looking at what to do next. We're looking at what you've already done that puts you on this trajectory. You're already positioned and ready to begin to climb this staircase into your next life, into this new reality. But it all started with self-love. Is what my good friend and sister, Dr. Mother Brendan A. Tynes, the host of Black Love Free, that this is the year of ruthless self-devotion. That's the word for you, chapter 2. Ruthless self-devotion gets you here. And I wonder how much further it's going to take you. All right, my chapter 2s. I hope that this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Well, hello, my chapter 3s. Welcome to your reading. We are going to look at what was the last align step that got you where you are now and where that's taking you in the future. So you chose hitting a straight lick with a crooked stick. I'm going to put your book over here to the side. Let's shuffle up your cards and see. We're going to start with where you are now and what was the last aligned step that you took that got you there. All right. Thank you, ancestors, spirits, and guides, all of those who are with those who chose chapter 3. Let's see. Where are they now? 5 of Swords. Oh, okay. 5 of Swords. You're in a place right now of not backing down. Excuse my French, but you ain't taking that shit no more. That's where you are. You're standing up for yourself. You're standing up for what matters to you. You finally believe that things that matter to you are worth fighting for, are worth being heard, are worth being valued. And you've been silenced long enough, and you're done. You're done. Now, as a result of this may cause some people to be agitated, angry, activated. You might feel very lonely because you are advocating or showing up differently. You might feel betrayed and alone, abandoned, even. You might feel hurt or wounded right now because of what you've decided you will no longer accept. And yet you're not backing down. No, you're not. You're determined to be on top this time. I don't know why, but I'm feeling like some of y'all have ancestors who wanted to say things to people who treated them funny, who treated them bad, who were straight up harmful. and they didn't say it. And sometimes you might feel angry for no reason, but it's a reason. Some of that's coming through your line. Some of that's them wanting justice for how they were mistreated. Some of them are wishing they could have said. Some of them wish they could have cussed their bosses out. Some of them wish they could have really just let them people have it. And so sometimes you might feel that, and some of it's yours and some of it's ancestral. Let's see. What was the last aligned step that actually brought you here? Ace of Wands. Oh, so yeah, some of you, you actually allowed yourself to feel the rage as we talk about that. Some of you allowed yourself to feel the rage. Some of you allowed yourself to there was a spark that was lit in you, a fire where you saw yourself through the eyes of your ancestors. You saw yourself through the eyes of your higher self. You saw yourself through the eyes of someone who loves you fiercely. And you said, I'm not going to take this no more. I want to live like I give a damn. And so you decided to pick up your rod, to pick up your staff. I love this. Hitting a straight lick with a crooked stick feels like that's a prophetic word for you. Maybe you just take what's in your hand. I know that chapter 1 had the Moses man on the mountain book, but I'm thinking about Moses in this moment when I see this Ace of Wands, because in the biblical story, when Moses picked up the rod or the staff, whatever he needed it to be, God said it will turn into it. So Moses, throw down your rod, God says. And Moses throws down the rod or the staff, and it becomes a snake. This was to prove how big God was, Moses' God was, and also how big and bad Moses was, right? And the other Pharaoh's folks, Pharaoh's mystics, started doing the same thing. They picked up rods and they threw their rods down, and their rods also became snakes. But Moses's snake ate up all the snakes of the other mystics. And so, chapter 3, you may have felt that other people had talents, right? That were just like yours, that might have been better than yours, or more practiced than yours, or more advanced, or more mature, or more successful, or more visible, right? But Moses had a rod that was touched by the living God. And you, chapter 3, you are also touched by the living God. The God of the Bible don't have to be your God, right? You can be your own God. You can be your own divinity. And if that don't resonate with you, choose a framework that does. Because the point is, the forces that are with you, chapter 3, are big and bad enough to eat up and gobble up the competition. And so the last aligned step that you took was that you picked up what was in your hand. You picked up your gift. You picked up your talent and said, this is enough. This is enough. I'm going to take what's in my hand. You took your power back. You took your art back. You picked your pen back up. You started being creative again. You believed in yourself again. And that is how you got to the point where you said, no more. No more. Let's see where this is going to take you. Where is this going to take you? So this is where you are now. What next for Son of Swords and Ten of Pentacles? My. You got a combination of cards from other piles here. Fives can represent, things feeling stuck, right? Fives, that middle season or that transitional period that feels kind of hard, right? So right now you might feel like you're really dealing with a lot of emotions, dealing with a lot of thoughts, dealing with a lot of conversations that are hard, a lot of things that are hard to confront. And you have the Son of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. Huh? You move from the difficulty of having to defend yourself and having to stand up for yourself into smooth sailing with the Son of Swords with confidence. And as you do that, as you take action, as you trust yourself to persevere, as you create, as you write, as you speak, as you minister, as you show up, you are lining yourself right up to that Ten of Pentacles. Longevity. It's also ancestral support and ancestral legacy. Legacy. Remember, I said you may have some rage and some things that are bubbling up in you that aren't just yours. They may be your ancestors. And yeah, I feel like you're going to actually begin to lead your ancestors as you begin to duke it out, right? Inside, as you do the inner healing. As my best friend Sarah Makiba Day says, we heal ourselves backwards and forwards. In chapter 3, that's what this feels like for you. You are healing yourself backwards and forwards. You're healing your ancestors backwards and forwards. Your ancestors are healing you backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Around and around the vortex of time. And is leading you into legacy. What are you about to create that's going to end up in the archives? Legacy. What are you creating that's going to last, that's going to outlive you? What are you healing right now that your descendants are going to be talking about? If it was not for my ancestor, chapter 3, because of their aligned step, they picked up what they had in their hands. Even if it was a crooked stick. Okay, y'all, I know y'all probably hear my children. That's okay. Pay attention. Whatever. One thing I learned about my kids, when they're making noise and I'm doing a reading, it's because whatever I'm saying must be important. So hear me when I say, you might have picked up a crooked stick, but you can always hit it. Straight lick. Don't miss. You won't miss. You won't miss. You won't miss. It don't matter how crooked the stick is. And what's powerful about the story of Moses is that whatever it needed to be, whatever the staff needed to be, it became. Right? That was alchemic magic. Conjure. That when it was time to show up and show the power, then Moses's staff turned into a snake that ate the other snakes. And when it was time to be liberated, that same seemingly mundane crooked stick, when he placed it in the water, it parted the entire sea. What is already in your hand? Chapter 3. That's the answer to your prayers. Huh? Now, I want to know, what is the result? What's the end result of all of this? What becomes of all of this for my chapter 3s? The Daughter of Wands. The fire, the stick that you first picked up, that was just the beginning. It grows and it matures and it becomes something more. And it builds and it builds and it builds. Look, bottom of the deck was the star. It builds and it builds and it builds. And it grows and it grows. And it becomes something that sustains you, that sustains your family line, that funds you and supports you so that you have everything you need. So I want to say, if things feel hard right now, there goes that whistle. If things feel hard right now because of that Five of Swords, know that things are happening now because you started it with that Ace of Wands. Keep going. I don't know if you can hear my daughter crying in the background. That might be how you're feeling. Maybe you feel like you're kicking and screaming right now and you're like, Jeida, I'm just trying to get to the Ten of Pentacles. I'm trying to figure out how to get to the money. How do I move? I feel so stuck right now. Take a step, baby. You already started it. Pick up what's in your hand and use it and watch it move for you. All right, my chapter 3s. I hope this was helpful. I'm so excited for you. Almost to tears. Keep going. Keep going.